Hello everyone, I am Namita Mahadi and my presentation topic is top-down and bottom-down approach. So let's start with top-down approach. In this approach, the problem is broken down into smaller parts. An investor wealth manager who follow the top-down approach start the analysis with the consideration of the health of overall economy. The investor assess specific prospects and potential opportunities within the identified industries and sector. There is a less interaction and communication between the models. It is generally difficult to identify. The analysis is used by wealth manager in helping them to identify the asset classes, sector and market which they believe will have the best chance to outperform the market over the forecast period with the top-down approach. Being of particular value of wealth manager which are pursuing a tactical asset allocating strategy rather than one focusing on making individual security selection. Bottom-up approach. In this approach, the smaller problems are solved. Instead of starting the analysis from the larger scale, the bottom-up approach immediately divides into the analysis of individual stock. The rationale of investors who follow the bottom-up approach is that individual stocks may perform much better than the overall industry. Data encapsulation and data hiding is implemented in this approach. It is generally used in testing modules. Composition approach is used here. Some wealth manager may also opt to take the level of analysis one step further by aggregating their forecast for individuals companies in order to arrive at an outlook for a specific industry sector and geography. Combine top-down and bottom-up research. As a general rule, the top-down approach being with a high-level view towards the global economy and from there moves toward a more narrow view of specific asset classes and global industries. The bottom-up approach, meanwhile, starts from the specifies and moves toward a more general view of the overall economy. Most portfolio managers find it's best to employ both approaches when developing their economy forecasts. For example, there have been criticism that the bottom-up investment philosophy has at times been overly optimistic at market peak while also being over pessimistic at market through or bottoms. While the criticism that has been leveled at top-down analysis is that it tends to be centered around the extrapolation of recent history to attempt to predict the future and that it carries the risk of sometimes leaving investors unprepared for unexpected exogenous shocks to the company. In this respect, reconcile top-down and bottom-up forecast can prove a valuable exercise for analysts and wealth managers by helping them to better appreciate the underlying concerns held by overall market as well as by presenting a better picture of the rationale in support of any discrepancies between the two approaches. By doing so, these analysts would have also helped their wealth managers client to avoid outsized losses and led from the eventual collapse of Lehman Brothers. Top-down top-down investing. Investors using a top-down investing approach start their analysis by looking at microeconomic factors before working their way down to individual stocks. For example, a top-down investor might start their analysis by looking at what countries have the fastest growing economy. Then they might look at an individual sector within these economics to find the best opportunities. Finally, they will look at individuals company within this specific sector before actual making an investment decision. The investor might also look at other microeconomic factors as well such as economic or business cycle. Most top-down investors are microeconomic investors focused on capitalizing on large trends using exchange trade funds rather than individuals' equities. They tend to have higher turnover than bottom-up investors since they are more focused on market cycle than individual stocks. This means that their strategy is more about momentum and short-term gains that any kind of value-based approach to finding undervalued companies. Top-down investors benefit from access to a diversified portfolio of assets within a given country, region, or sector since by use funds for exposure. Bottom-up investing. Investors using a bottom-up approach start their analysis by looking at individuals' companies and then building a portfolio based on their specific attributes. For example, a bottom-up investor might screen for stocks trading with a low price earning ratio and then review companies that meet that specific certain criterion. Then they will take a deeper look at each individual's company that comes up on the screener and evaluate them based on the other fundamental criteria. The investor may also rely on external factors such as a reading analyst, research report, and opinions for adding insight. Bottom-up investor benefit from a portfolio that's often well diversified in terms of industry and geography, and they know that every component for their portfolio meets their investment goals. The downside is that underlying attributes they are screening for must produce above market returns in order for them to be successful. For example, it's possible that low profit earning ratio also will not outperform the 500 benchmark index over the long run. The best approach. There is no single approach that is a right for all investors, and the decision between top-down or bottom-up investing is largely a matter of personal preference. But it's worth noting that these two investment styles are not mutually exclusive. Many investors combine top-down and bottom-up investing when building a diversified portfolio. For example, an investor might start with a top-down approach and look for a country that likely to see rapid growth over the coming year or two. They might then take a bottom-up approaches within that country by looking for a specific investment, such as a companies with low price earning ratio or high yields. The key to successfully using these techniques is identifying the correct criteria and analyzing them in a wider context. For instance, if price earning ratio are depressed in a specific country, it will be due to larger microeconomic risk factors such as an upcoming election or conflicts. Investor must carefully consider for these factors when making an investment decision to avoid making any costly mistakes. Thank you.